Breathe into pose. Relax your toes. If your toes feel the touch of your heart. Relax your back. Relax your spine. Then let your tailbone feel a ray of light passing through the spine. And energizing every single organ through the body. Yes. Gently bring back your attention towards your breath, your lovely breath. Our mind is the guru of all senses. Breath is the guru of our mind. Mind can be calmed only with the breath. We train our mind to stay calm and to stay peace by observing our breath, by doing sati meditation invented by Lord Buddha and taught by Brahma-Shri Pitamata 3G. So our breath is our guru friends. Let us follow our breath, our lovely breath. Our goal is not to miss a single breath without our attention. Just observe your breath as a watching movie of rising clouds. We do not need to do anything, nothing to hold, nothing to resist. Let everything flow, just like clouds. If you get any thoughts, just gently bring your attention back to your breath. Yes, let us go. Relax and see what we need to learn from this meditation and what we need to listen from this side. Let us go deep into enjoy the journey with the beautiful music. Friends, last 2 minutes. Let us have a silence meditation for a minute. Now, friends, please come to the physical world. Let us pay gratitude towards every single thing we have in our life. Pay gratitude towards our parents, family members, siblings, teachers, gurus, towards universe. Gratitude to plants, minerals, animals, and all 5 elements: Mother Earth, water, fire, air, and the space. Let us pay gratitude towards all the friends who have joined today and shared their energies with us. And finally, gratitude towards our friends for taking time, walking in the spiritual journey, meditating every day, listening and sharing the knowledge, the spiritual science knowledge, and growing each and every day into spirituality. Yeah, friends, gently bring back yourself and place your palm on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And gently open your eyes by looking at your palm. Thank you, friends. Thank you for joining me today. If you have water beside you, please have it, friends.
Swarna ji, sorry, a bit small thing. Like, can you speak a bit louder? I was just texting you. Yeah.
Sure. Let me increase my volume actually. Do you hear me fine, Nilimaji?
No, still a bit more. Can you come closer to the mic a bit?
Right. Okay. Let me put my. Okay. I hope you hear me better now.
Yes, maybe can you speak a bit, Swarna ji?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Thank you, all of you, for listening to me today. Today, let us go into wisdom sharing session. Let me share a screen. Okay. So this is today's topic about Patanjali Yoga Sutras, 5 causes of human sufferings. So most of you probably already know it. Those who doesn't, it's going to be a great topic taught by Patanjali Maharshi. So we know that this human life is, we call it as experience or sufferings or happiness or experiences, right? So the main purpose of life is taking the experiences, learning from it, and grow, isn't it? So every experience teaches us something. But after coming into meditation, only we were able to learn from every experience. Before that, experience was just experience, isn't it? So same thing, Patanjali Maharshi had written a Yoga Sutras, and he has given beautifully in a simpler manner how we experience events in our life. So one of the main thing that I felt is very beneficial for all of us is like causes of suffering. So he had broken into 5 parts. Okay, so he said avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha, klesha. Kleshas means here sufferings. Okay, so he broken into this. This is very simple to read. Also, he doesn't put any extra grammar or extra things into his sutras because they are like a formulas, right? We have seen in a math formulas, it's just one formula. So first thing is avidya. So he says avidya is the cause of human suffering. So we all know that avidya means ignorance. So you can see this in this tree. The root is avidya, ignorance. And the ignorance is the main root cause of all other sufferings, isn't it? All of us know that avidya or ignorance because we don't know. So before coming into meditation, we were all ignorant. So we just took these experiences, pains and sufferings and happiness, just like events. We didn't know why we have come here and we don't know where we are going. We never thought about it. And after coming here, we have beautifully making our journey, learning from every single experience. So we understand what is avidya. So how can we remove avidya? By learning right knowledge, that is spiritual science knowledge. Because what is avidya? We don't know who we are. That is the avidya. Once we know who we are, once we understand we are self or we are atma, then everything will be all right, friends. Our journey will be very smooth, very steady, and very happy journey. No matter what comes. I know these sufferings will come. They are there because human birth itself is a suffering. Because we have got a mind. Human means mind, isn't it? Without mind means we are Atma. When we go away from mind, what does that means? Go away mind means do we clean it? Everything just make it empty. Yes, we balance everything. There is no agitations. There is no sinusoidal curve, no peaks, no high, no low. So all virtues we have, whatever virtues we have, 36 or so, all the virtues are balanced. So if happiness comes, we'll be in middle path. If there is a sad thing comes, we also stay in the middle path. We understand why they are coming. That is the vidya. That is the knowledge. Okay, so first root cause is avidya. If we ignore that avidya. If we don't have avidya, then what comes when we go back to our previous stage before coming to meditation? What was there? We were at the ego level. If knowledge is missing, we live in ego, I-ness and me-ness. So it's mine, it is ours. So everything we call it as ego. So my body, my mind, my knowledge, and my beliefs, my mother, my kids. So we live in that small container that is called ego. So we never think about, yeah, she's also my mother. My friend's mother is also my mother. My friend's kids also my kids. They are kids. Kids are kids. Nothing is mine. Nothing goes. Nothing is theirs. They just came through us. They have to come through right environment. So they have chosen us just for the environment. They want to learn some lessons through us. They want to give some lessons to us so we can learn from them. So this is all learning. It's all decided in the before we come into this body. Okay, that is called soul design, soul plan. So ego, we all say we live in ego. So that is also one suffering. When we say it's mine, mine, then if something they say like, then they also say it's mine, mine. So then the conflict happens, isn't it? We never be happy. And then with that ego, if you don't learn the ego, then what comes after the ego? Attachment comes, raga. Isn't it? From ego, we get raga. Because mine, mine, mine. Then what is that? Mine means attached. You are attached to your kids, attached to your family, attached to your belongings, attached to everything. So the raga is also suffering, one of the human suffering. So when do we come? This raga is coming from where? From past, isn't it? For the first time, if you experience something, do you get raga? No, because you never had. For example, a mango. You never had mango. Just your friend told like mango is so sweet, it's so delicious, so have it. So you don't know. Before having that, you don't know the attachment or raga. You don't know how it tastes. But once you taste, then you want a second one. That is the attachment. Do you stay like one you eat? Oh, now I know it. Yeah, how it is. Like, okay, that's fine. It's very delicious. Do you stay calm after eating one? No, you want one more. Isn't it, friends? Every day we do, even eating food or anything. Once our sense satisfies, they want more. Okay, that is the Maya. That is the ignorant. So our sense organs wants more. So we provide more. Because the mind is the thing causing that attachment. So this comes from the past beliefs. Everything attachment is coming from past beliefs. So that past is also not good. So after attachment, if it is satisfied, we get more. We want more, if it is available. If it is not available, if we don't get more, what happens? Dvesha, aversion, rejection, isn't it? We get dvesha for those persons or to those things. So we are always living that dvesha. We hate people and we suffer. We all know. After we hate inside, we all generate negative energies. And then we suffer and we get into health issues. So that dvesha is also coming from past beliefs. And then after the final one is abhinivesha. Abhinivesha is the fear of losing life, fear of death, fear of people, abandonment, rejection, isn't it? So maybe this job, I may not get this job, so you will have fear. Or I may not get this thing, that is a fear. oh, my husband may scold me if I did this one, if I do that. So that is a fear. So abandonment, he may not accept me. So all those things, fear comes. So why all these 5 sufferings are coming through us, friends? Because of lack of knowledge, lack of right knowledge, the spiritual science knowledge. Once we know we are self, we don't have ego because we understand nothing is mine, nothing is theirs. So after that, you will lose your attachment. You will not attach. You will attach, but attach to detach. Or you will have a balanced. And you attach to the right knowledge, right thing in your life. What is our main attachment now? To the spirituality. We want to learn and grow. So those good attachments are always advised because we never learned the good qualities. That's why we have taken several births. So now we have come here. So we have to do more practice towards the spirituality. Then these all whatever these sufferings are there, they all can be balanced slowly. Isn't it? So these are the beautiful human sufferings Patanjali had taught us. And he has also given us these all comes in a thought form, isn't it? These thoughts are again energy forms. So he had given everybody have these qualities in variations, in different degrees. Some may have more ego, some may have more attachment, some may have more vesha, hating. Some may have more fear. Some people doesn't have a fear of death, but they have so much of attachment. Like so, he given another sutra in chapter 2nd. The previous one is 3rd sutra. Chapter 2nd and 3rd sutra. This is the 4th sutra. He says, avidya kshetram uttaresam prasupata tanu vichinna udaranam. Okay, so these words are divided here as avidya, kshetram, uttaresham, prasupata, tanu, vichinna, and dharana. So what is avidya? We have seen it. Spiritual ignorance. So we need to have a adhyatmika jnanam. What adhyatmika means? The spiritual knowledge, spiritual science knowledge. In order to get rid of avidya, we have to get the vidya. Kshetram. Kshetram means it's a ground of field. Even in Bhagavad Gita, we have a kshetram, kshetrajna. So kshetram is like a field. Okay, we have in the rice fields and we have a wheat fields, right? In farmers, in villages. So that is a kshetra. So he's saying like avidya is a field, big field. And on that field, avidya field, everything sprouts. The ego sprouts, attachment sprouts, and this dvesha sprouts, and the fear sprouts. So the main root, the field is avidya. So they are at different levels. Okay, so he's saying uttaresham. This is the surface, and prasupata is a latent or suppressed. Suppressed means dormant. You can say they are in dormant. They are at the seed level, very deep-rooted level, isn't it? Our thoughts, some thoughts are at the surface level, some thoughts are at a deep-rooted level. So you say some are at the latent or deep-rooted or suppressed or dormant. And then the second one is tanu. They are weak. Some thoughts are at a weak state, feeble, fragile, or brittle. And some thought forms are at vichinna. Vichinna means sometimes they come to the surface, sometimes they go back. Sometimes we see those qualities, sometimes we don't see it. It can be anything, the happiness or the suffering things, or any thought form. All the thought forms is mentioned here. And udaranam. Udaranam means vigorous, dynamic. They are always active on the surface. Okay, constantly, if somebody is having angry, they are always constantly, there'll be anger. So these are the various levels of thought forms. So one is dormant way, and the other one is weak. The other one is sometimes come, sometimes on and off. Okay, not continuous. And then another one is always continuously. Actively, they do appear. Okay, so everybody are at different stage, different level of these thought forms, isn't it? And initially, when we are doing a sadhana, they become weak, isn't it? You know, we had probably somebody had an anger, and once they come into this spirituality or meditation, the anger is slowly going away. They're becoming weak. But do you think they completely go away? But initial stage, they sometimes come, sometimes disappear. Sometimes appear, sometimes disappear. That is the vichinna stage, initial stage. Initial, when we are in the beginner practitioner into spirituality, sometimes they come, sometimes they go. So that stage. And Tanu is weak. Weak means when we do like middle of the sadhana, like a little bit intense sadhana, once we cross over the initial phase, those becomes weak, isn't it? So even the anger doesn't make sense to us. Anger doesn't come to the surface. Okay. And if before coming into meditation, anger was always coming, we don't know what is causing it and why we are doing that, or fear would always come in. So always we go through these sufferings. And the dormant is a seed level, very deep rooted. We also see, like, you know, after coming into meditation, we see, oh, earlier I never had these, the fear probably. Let us take a fear. I never had a fear of anything, but after coming into meditation, as soon as I close my eyes, I am feeling the fear of death or fear of something. I don't know why it is coming. So some people quit at that stage, okay? But they don't understand that because they're coming to the surface. They were there already in the deep rooted. It's not because of the meditation they are going through this fear or any negative energies. They are coming to the surface for us to letting know that you handle these qualities, handle these thoughts. So that's what some people understand, and they will proceed with their spiritual journey. Some people, I have heard, I have experienced these kind of people. Oh, as soon as I tell them to meditate, they said, oh, no, I had tried so many times. As soon as I close my eyes, I see all kinds of fearful things and all kinds of people. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to do meditation. I'm not going to go. So it makes me a little bit silly, but that is their state of consciousness, state of awareness. They still need to understand better, and they have to experience their life better. Once they experience more miseries or more crisis, maybe slowly the time will arrive and they will come into this meditation. But we all have to, once they approach to a right person, right meditator, right master, they will explain them why they are experiencing and all. So they need to clarify our questions. That's why we do our Sajjana Sangatya, isn't it? On every group meditation, on being or with us, we have spiritual topics. Everywhere we do Sajjana Sangatya. Why? To express our questions. Because when we come into this spirituality, we have so many questions, and not many people will find out there, right? So we have to have a group Sajjana Sangatya, so we know what is going on. So usually these are, and also we see in babies. Okay, baby, when they are little, they're so cute. Every baby is so cute. But do you think they don't have any thought forms? No, they do. Once they grow older, and because every human being that takes birth, because to go through experiences to learn from their thoughts, whatever the past beliefs, past unlearned lessons, they bring with them as a seed form. They will be in deep rooted, and it is not come to the surface level. It is not, they are not matured enough to express those, but they are still there inside. Once they come to that age, as their brain is growing, as the brain is forming properly, all the organs gets formed, those the subconscious, conscious mind, everything gets activated, and based on those physical development, as they grow physically, these mental forms or these thought forms do appear on the surface. Then they show this, oh, this is mine, this is theirs, all attachment, all these other sufferings, all the other thoughts, the qualities we have seen, those do appear. So they were in seed form. So even before coming to the meditation, there's so many seed forms, they do appear now. Isn't it a great tool, right? We don't want to take another birth to go through these experiences again. Now, the more meditation we do, the more the seed form, we don't know still what is there, right? So that's why we have to go within us every day. So see what every day is teaching us. So that's those are the, so what we need to do is we have to, as we sit in the meditation, if we are getting different thoughts, if repetitive thoughts especially, we need to write down. We have to make a journal, friends. Journal is the best tool for us to progress in our spiritual journey. Write down why anger is coming. Okay, I need to. Or some people, maybe they are conscious, they are aware, maybe they take one quality and they progress. But if they are ignoring something, if it is repetitive, write down. And when you go back, once you progress and you do your practices, do more meditation, do more sajjana sangita, read books and all, and you come out of those thoughts, and then you can go back how your journey is. Beautiful to see, isn't it? We all feel like, oh, we have to write a book about our journey in this spirituality, isn't it? So we have to write down and which is dominated, which is bothering us so much, because some are very lower level, some are higher level. So we have to, when we write our journal, we will know where we are, so we can work on this. So take one quality at a time and work on that and see how you are progressing. When you interact with the society, in a relationship, we come to know how we are doing, isn't it? So it could be relationship, or it could be financial issues, or any issues we can resolve by contemplating and meditating. So vidya means knowledge. Avidya, the absence of it, is essentially an ignorance of who we are. In yoga, it is often referred to as the root cause of the human suffering, isn't it? So we don't know who we are. Once we know that we are soul, we are Atma, then we know that everybody are Atma, everybody are gods. Then we only see them as a god. We don't see them as a mind. I know every human being has a mind and a soul. So when we interact with the people, how do we have to interact? As a soul. See, Patri is always used to enjoy people. Even the people come and scold to Patriji, he always enjoy their talks, their face, their hair, isn't it? Their look. He used to see them. That is the pretty. Wherever there is a prettiness, that's where the soul is. That's where God is. Divine qualities. Is everything pretty, isn't it? So even though the scolding doesn't go inside, so you experiment, friends. Sometimes I also do. If something is not necessary, then I just read something, or I just enjoy what is the best quality. I listen. Even if now, after coming into meditation, one complaint if they say, we totally understand what is going on in their life, isn't it? We don't need too much, because we do counseling, right, with the spiritual tablet. And then patient God comes and they explain their problems. We immediately, okay, I know this is what is going on, right, in your life. They say, ma'am, exactly, you brought up the right point that I'm going through. Because we all understand after coming here, because we did our sadhana, we have overcome those. These are the learning lessons for us. And we read a lot of books and we listen to the many masters. So listening is a great tool. Even if we feel we know it, just listen it. If you don't have other things, just listen it. Or if you are middle of something, reading a great book that you feel like, yeah, you are middle of something and you are that you're really essential, then maybe the other topic is already you know it, that we understand, right? So just prioritize. So here also ignorance, one more thing he has mentioned, I just copied from internet friends, like waves. Waves thinks that they are separate from ocean. How silly it is, right? So that's how we are. We are part of this whole universe. We just like if you take a sun as a universe, one ray is you can imagine. Okay, so sun ray also has same qualities as sun, isn't it? So we all are each ray. If you think, if that is the analogy, then we are same qualities like sun. We have we can give the light to others. We can become a light in somebody else's life, isn't it? So like that. So wave is part of ocean, but wave sometimes thinks that I am separate. Oh, I can float. Wow, I'm separate than ocean, isn't it? It's just going ups and down doesn't mean that it is separate from ocean. So we all are just only blocking from us and the higher self of the universe is the mind. The collectiveness of every human being, removing the minds, is the universe, friends. Okay. So the what is world? World is also mind. With the mind only we are able to see world. With the mind only we created this. World means what do you see? World means you see the roads, trees, vehicles, houses. So all are prakriti. All everything came from matter, the earth. And again, the earth is also energy. This whatever you are seeing also has cells and atoms. So energy form. So we are not that. So do you want to take a small the matter thing, or you want to think about a bigger thing? You are a bigger. Who created this world is you. Okay, part of you created this one. Isn't it? We all human being collectively created this world, right? This earth, this world. First, earth created by the higher self. So all there are different worlds. It came from one thing, that is the super consciousness. So yeah, that is the knowledge. Once we understand that, friends, nothing bothers us. So yeah, this is today's. So also Patanjali had mentioned in first sloka in second chapter that meditation, contemplation, swadhyaya, sajjana sangatya, and surrender into Ishvara pranidhana. You mentioned. So these are the tools we need to use to come out of this body-mind consciousness. So we all know that Sajjana Sangatya and Swadhyaya and meditation. We are all already doing that. So that is the right tool. That's what Patanjali also mentioned. So yeah, this is for today's topic, friends. So if you have any question, let us look into it. Thank you very much, friends. Thank you for giving me opportunity to share this wisdom given by Patanjali Maharshi. Thank you all. Yes, friends, if anybody has any questions, or if you want to share any experiences, how you are able to overcome these sufferings. You know, what qualities were high and what qualities were dormant or at an active level.
Hi, Swarna ji.
Yeah, hi, Nilmaji.
So That's a wonderful session. So I would like to start with meditation. I was just saying also in the beginning that whenever I hear this music, I always remember of the full moon days because only at that time, only Patriji and sitar player, sorry, I forgot, Sanjay Kingi, Dr. Sanjay Kingi. Yeah, they were the ones who were always there and playing the music throughout the night. And whenever I hear, I always remember of the full moon days. The entire night we used to stay awake and do meditation, and that's what I remember. So you took me a bit to the more meditative days, let's say, and it was so nice. And yes, even when coming to this wisdom sharing, what you have beautifully explained is that about the 5 kleshas, like what kind of attachments it will be, what kind of ego we will be having, and how we will be ignorant, especially, like we will be also thinking we are going through something, and then we think, okay, let's turn our thoughts and let's think positive. But that is also an ignorance. And even the fears that we have and everything that you mentioned beautifully. However, I also would like to would like to mention a few things with your permission. Because these days I was also doing a bit of like, let's say, thorough readings on the attachment and non-detachment. And then I also understood, for example, like I can think like my father passed away, but when I think of them and when I take motivation in some of the aspects, when that is not attachment, because we are getting motivated. And how come when I feel sad, that will be an attachment? And what this is, these are some of the questions which I was continuously thinking. And then I realized, when you stop doing something because of happiness or sadness, it doesn't matter. And that is the attachment. So attachment should not stop doing from anything, be it like not only the person or any sort, any form. Like even, my brother used to tease me when I'm chill. Like I have these, let's say, all the plaster of Paris dolls, and he wantedly, just go and give to some of his friends and say, like, then I'll be crying as if, someone has stolen my dolls and so on. And then I realized, that is an attachment as well. So yeah, these spiritual, let's say, the statements are so diverse that it applies in each and every action. And it's wonderful how we relate the things and how we see the things beautifully as well. And recently, another one, I have attended Dr. Newton's session. And what I also have realized is about the sufferings that we all think, like, if something is happening, something is really going on in our life, which is for sure true. But then he explained such a beautiful concept. For example, let's imagine that we are going for a hiking or climbing up a mountain. When we are climbing the mountain, all the time we might be thinking, oh my God, it's so heavy, or why am I climbing the mountain? What would I get? It's so heavy. Even if you wanted to move one step also, it feels so heavy. But once we reach the top, suddenly we feel very peace. And then we think, like, similarly, whatever situations, what Dr. Newton was mentioning here is, as a persons, we are adventurous, which means a soul always seek adventurous things. So which means when something suffering is also happening, if we see that as a adventurous, then we are no longer attached, and the suffering, like, is also adventurous kind of. And then again, the past lives or the coming lives, the suffering will be gone. And then we start to see as, like, okay, this is the soul that is teaching me to be adventurous. And then I start to learn something. Yeah. There's such a beautiful wisdom that I have also recently came across. And thanks a lot for bringing up these topics, you have kept such beautifully, and I just thought of sharing on top of this as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nilimaji. Beautiful, beautiful experience you shared. And also Dr. Kondaviti's knowledge sharing. Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely. Every day we feel like we have to have these kind of contemplation analysis within
Yes.
us.
Yes.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, masters, anybody else? I'm sure this, the level of thought levels also. I really gone through the same level from from dormant stage to active stage to a dormant, and then sometimes comes, sometimes doesn't, and they become weak. Though all the stages definitely we all might have experienced, isn't it? As we are traveling on this path, and we might have so many times we said no, no, no. When the knowledge is deeply rooted, deeply learned, then we get a clarity. Do we need to go to that parties, or some extra what is extra things, the family events or anything? So we put a boundary how long we have to stay, and what is our purpose of staying there, isn't it? We still go if somebody invites, but some things we can definitely say no, I'm not coming because something is prioritized. So that clarity we get it. Before that, I used to think, oh my gosh, I'm not supposed to go into groups because my energy is going to be consumed. So even I used to have some discussions in the experience sharing. Oh, I my friend invited me, but I don't want to go because my energy is going to be consumed, and I'm gonna, all my meditation energy is going away. Then we used to learn that no, no, no. Why don't you meditate more when you go, and why don't you give some of your energy to your friends? So then you realize, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So it's beautiful how we grow from baby steps to a little bit slowly progressing in our journey. Thank you so much. This brought me all my past learnings and journey. Yes, master. Anybody else? Priya, madam. Yeah, please.
Thank you, Swarna ji. That was a beautiful topic. Very, very well explained in detail about our 5 kleshas. Yes, we all have heard about it a lot. Everybody in spirituality will be listening to it. But the way you showed it in the diagram, and it is very well understandable. And yes, I totally agree. I think the Moola Karna that you said is ignorance. So that from there, everything, is growing. So as you said, yeah, we have a lot of deep-rooted emotions. Some are on the surface. So all this is again emanating from the thought, as you said. So thought creates those emotions. So I think basically being just aware that you are part of that supreme consciousness, and everything is the soul's purpose, and that supreme power is making you do things through you, through the soul. I think by just being aware and conscious, a lot of these things like fear, attachment, aversion, ego, that we, it's not we or I, it is, the supreme who is, we are just part of it, or, that awareness is, I think, for me, has brought about a lot of changes thanks to the spirituality that we, the Swadhyaya and the, Sajjana Sangatya and all that. Yeah, as you said, when we talk to each other, when we hear about different experiences, might be you have heard it again, you're hearing it for, the nth number of time, but every experience is unique. You get to learn from everybody. So if you have that time and patience, it is always beautiful to hear different people, how they share their learnings. Everything is a learning. So definitely beautifully explained, Swarna Garu. Lot of gratitude and thank you so much. Looking forward to more sessions of yours. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Priya ji. That is so kind of you. Very sweet comment, and yeah, definitely we'll learn together and grow together, madam. So thank you very much. Yes, friends, anybody else? Yeah, when we share also some things gets clarified, and we reiterate. When we share, we reiterate ourselves. So when we say louder to the group or louder to ourselves, our mind knows. That's why when we were young, teacher used to say, read loudly, because some has those vibrations, because we are vibrations, energy. So mind, we are in this path to condition our mind, right? So no, whatever way it is possible, we have to say to our mind, repeating to our kids or repeating to ourselves, or saying to our friends, or sharing to a group, if if it is possible. So that is the one thing also I learned in my journey. Earlier I used to think that, oh yeah, saying your journey or saying about yourself is a boasting, so I never used to share. But after coming here I learned, and even through masters they said you have to share your experiences. So slowly, the meditation energies or something, I don't know, but that made me share what I have learned every day. So I felt so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm able to share finally, and how blessed it is, and to share, and to share what you have learned to with others. Isn't it? Earlier, I never used to do. Even now, people who are not in this journey, nobody shares because they don't know the quality of sharing, the beauty of sharing, isn't it? So after coming here, I felt, yes, we have to share whatever we feel. Sometimes we always want to maintain silence also, just absorb wisdom. But if we can share, it's good. So yeah, sometimes also we feel very quiet and very absorbing stage, learning stage. So I used to be like quiet too. So people used to say, oh, I don't hear anything from you. Then I have no questions. Everything is learning. Yeah, that is also beautiful. So yeah, friends, thank you so much. I really enjoyed sharing this topic with you today. And I also learned and clarified so many things. Was able to recollect and review again along with you. So thank you so much for giving me opportunity. Lovely group and lovely platform.
Swarnaji, I think last but not the least, there is one hand raising, Prakriti-ji. So.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. What is that? Maybe I didn't.
Yes, Prakriti-ji.
Oh, yeah, please. Prakriti, ma'am.
Hi, Swarnaji. Thank you so much. I think it's recently I received a book of Ashtanga Margam written by PSSM Master Padma Jaka. So I didn't start yet, but I think because of avidya, we don't have knowledge of all this spirituality all these days. So, we are learning so much, it's in a journey, every day is a new learning. So, yeah, we don't have a knowledge of this spirituality. Thank you to Patriji and all these PSS and masters, and every day we are learning a new thing. Thank you so much for taking the session today.
Oh, thank you, Prakriti, ma'am. Thank you so much. Beautiful. I love your name, Prakriti.
Actually, that is not my original name. I don't know. In Zoom, it automatically comes in because since I'm doing all this growing the plants and everything, one day when I was logging into Zoom session, it came up just like that. I don't know why it happened. So my name is actually Anita.
Oh.
So I don't want to. So whenever I log in, just I keep like that because it came, I think universe gave it to me, that name. So, I just keep it like that.
Oh, okay. So, beautiful name. Yeah. Just heart opens whenever we say Prakriti.
I know. I think it's so happy for me also because I was so shocked, why this name is coming up. So it's I don't know why things happens also. So, but I'm so lucky to be in this path and having new friends every day, meeting new people around the world. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing your views. Yeah, the right time comes for everything, madam. So, but it is very simple. Even, we feel like Yoga Sutra is something complex, but you have seen, right, these two sutras, how simply it mentioned, and everything we have learned, most of them in the meditation, or maybe we are in a journey of learning. So,
even in my journey also, like I was thinking yesterday where I started, and then actually my life, like, in India, I came here, and then nothing known about anything about meditation, nobody in the family, nothing. But I don't know, universe, like, dragged me to this one, and then giving every day new friends, new sessions, all these things, like, it's like amazing thing, like, yeah. I always think I'm so blessed to be in this path, like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you, madam. I am like you too. Exactly. Why nobody were, even in our family, nobody were like this, nobody are in this journey. How it came to me. So I feel so happy. So even if single thing, if somebody says don't meditate, I feel so, I connect more, double I connect. Some, if my husband says, why are you always meditating? Then I go deep twice as force as twice the force I go
But
inside.
I know. But in the beginning, it is hard for me because, when you know something, you want to teach everybody, but that's not the way now. Actually, after, I think after a year or so, then I came to know, no, everybody has their own time. You don't need to force them. So now, after all these days, it took me 1 year. First, in the beginning, I was so mad why these people are not coming and all. But eventually, listening to all these masters, then I came, like, everybody has their own path to join us, and then, like, eventually they will come also. So now I accept everything. Most of the part I learned is acceptance is more important in this, especially in the spiritual path.
Yes,
so
definitely.
it will be more happy for you when you accept it. If not, it's going to be like, garshana inside, like, it's a struggle for you to be like, yeah, everything. So yeah.
Exactly. Everything is okay. If they give
Yeah,
also
exactly.
okay, if they don't give also okay, if they do
So
this one is okay, if somebody asks, do you want this or that? That doesn't matter. Anything is okay. So
yeah,
we don't
exactly.
analyze much, and because everything is fine. Yeah, I think Harita madam is raised her hand. Prakriti ma'am,
I
you
know.
have anything to share?
Thank you
Something.
so much, madam. Thank you.
Okay, your voice breaking a little bit. Okay, thank you, madam. Thank you so much. Yes, please, Harita madam. Oh, your voice is static, madam. We are not able to hear. Can you speak now? Yeah.
No, still it was not.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think it's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, please speak.
Okay. Just I want to share. Prakriti means. Sorry, what she told her name. Sorry. She is sharing about Padmajaka madam. That Patanjali Yoga Sutralu. That book was very nice. She posted me. That was very. The sessions are very very. So you can go to Padmajaka's YouTube channel, and you can see those sessions. That was very nice. Means lots of knowledge. Just I want to share about it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Harita ji. Yeah. Thank you for letting us know. Yeah, master. Anybody else? Not. Yeah, Nirma ji. I think we have done. Nobody has any hand raisers.
Okay, okay.
We can conclude for today.
Perfect, perfect. Wonderful, wonderful friends, wonderful sharings. thanks a lot for being in this wisdom sharing sessions. And, from our experiences, we learn a lot, quite a lot. So sharing is always important, especially in the circles where there is no judgment, where there is only uplifting, and we give hand to each other, to raise literally. And that's what is happening in all these sessions. Thanks a lot for being part of this. And thank you so much, Swarnaji, for taking the initiative, you yourself taking the initiative and coming forward and giving this wisdom. That's really so wonderful. And thanks a lot once again. So my dear friends, in again 20 minutes, Madhu's session will be starting, like Untold Story of Sita book reading. So please do join in that one. And then we connect back for tomorrow's morning session. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we'll be having morning sessions by Ranjini ji. So thank you, my dear friends, and looking forward for all of you to join in these sessions. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidima. Thank you, everyone.